Hi everyone, it's me. Welcome back to another video. Today is, still October 30th, 2025 at 11:18 p.m. There's something that we need to talk about. Don't worry, don't panic. I did say that I was going to talk a little bit about the twin flame thing, not about my experience, but just about what I learned from it, okay? And what it really is and what it means to me and how I see it now, okay? But also there's something else that I have warned about in some of my live streams. But I'm gonna have to take it a little more seriously because, I just know that the spiritual warfare is going to get a lot stronger at this point. I can feel that and have been experiencing some of the effects. So I just need to address something, okay? From when I started being online, all right? In comments on YouTube or messages through Telegram, there have been, and I'm not trying to shame you and I will not name you, okay? Because I understand these things do happen to the best of us, all right? And this is why I would really love to get this warning out there once and for all and just tell you this, okay? And make it known that I've had several individuals message me and say that they think that we are twin flames, okay? There is an energy like a burning flame, okay? It comes from your sacral chakra, so it is going to be connected to the sexual energies somewhat, okay? But sometimes we meet certain individuals that will ignite this within us, all right? And what it is it's something that's supposed to ignite and purify you from the inside out, okay? It's supposed to burn away everything that is no longer needed. And in my experience, it was a very difficult and can a lot of the time be extraordinarily painful, but very important lesson in unconditional love, okay? You're going to learn to have this for yourself, and then you're going to learn to have it for others, and then you're going to learn to understand that that is the power of Christ. Okay? So, out of unconditional, platonic, non-romantic, I wish you well as a soul love, I'm telling you that. So, I warned about, in a couple of videos ago now, about soul eaters, okay? And there are some very sick and powerful, darker entities out there. And they will turn into the people that you care about and love, and they will use these circumstances to manipulate certain situations in their favor so that they can feed off of your energies. And what I'm getting at is that if I do appear in your dream state or something like this, or if you get maybe, I don't know, voices or something going on that's telling you that we're twin flames and that we're meant to be together, and if you are seeing me, like I said, in your dreams, and I'm saying everything you've ever wanted to hear, and, I just need to tell you this. Look, if it seems too good to be true, it is, and that is not me, okay? I can 100% guarantee you that is not me. And I'm going to tell you what that most likely is, and it's one of these parasitical energy things, and some of them are really good at shape-shifting, and this is what I had mentioned before, is why skinwalkers are so dangerous, because they're beings that can walk in many skins. They're shapeshifters. So it's a type of dark parasitical entity from the unseen realm that feeds on human life force. And one of the way to do that is to harvest your sexual energies, okay? And they can be very, very, very dangerous, and sometimes, in some cases, deadly. So I need to warn you about that, okay? Because it's not like I haven't been messed with in the spirit realm myself, all right? Sorry, I needed a drink of water. So I just, let me see, what else? Okay, so yeah, the twin flame thing. A lot of the times, and I know that some people may dispute this, because they'll say, oh, no, I know what love is. But I can tell you right now that when I had that true experience, okay, it really did light an uncontrollable fire that I really had to learn and focus on how to control. And it's just too bad that I wasted the generative energies that it produces, because really, like, let me tell you something. Oh, goodness. But this is what I mean, like, so beings in the spirit realm have changed into Claudio Nocelli, okay? And nothing really bad has happened, but that's what would happen, you know? And they do that to me. Now, I'm not exactly sure if that's what that was when I dreamt of him, but it could have been. And but the thing is that I used my crush on him and the energy that generated from inside of me to write a whole ass book. You see what I'm saying? It helped fuel my journey. You know what I mean? So it's not like these things are totally useless, and you can kind of, I guess, how can I say this? Like, it's a good and a bad thing at the same time. You can turn it into something that's good, even though these things are trying to really do bad stuff. Okay, they really hurt people, and they make people do things that they wouldn't normally do, and they can severely affect your mental, emotional, your physical, and your spiritual health. Okay, being around some of these things is like a poison, like a toxin, you know, that slowly will eat away at you. And they're extremely dangerous. Okay, so I just really need people to realize that what it is and how to identify it, because that's the first step, and to reject it, you know, and not with hate, with understanding, and forgive them, for they know not what they do, kind of compassionate. I know it's difficult, but unconditional love, okay? That doesn't mean like embrace them into your life and like, because they're going to have to decide to make that change within, okay? But in a way, you can kind of show them how to be strong by inspiring them by doing this, okay? Because you need to expel that from your life. No matter how good it feels, no matter how happy it makes you, it is toxic to your health, okay? Because in the end, we're not going to be together, okay? It's not because you're not good enough or you're not worthy. It's just because it's not meant to be so, all right? I had this experience happen to me back in 2009, and it was probably one of the, well, yeah, it was the most painful thing I ever went through in my whole entire life, okay? And it was the greatest test I ever faced, and I had to face it over and over again until I passed. And let me tell you, it really was the hardest thing I ever faced. Even what I went through at home when I was growing up for 17 years was not as bad as this. And it hurt so bad because you realize that you truly loved them. And real love changes you forever. Mostly, hopefully, for the better. But in some people, it doesn't. Do you remember Anakin Skywalker from Star Wars? He's a perfect example, okay? Everybody was like, yes, the chosen one. But his heart was darkened by the dark side. And that sneaky, slimy bugger, Emperor Palpatine, okay? With his nasty ass heart. Like a poison. He poisoned Anakin, confused his mind, and changed the power of the Force within him and turned him to the dark side. You know? Like a literal toxin. Anakin Skywalker's the perfect example of this. You know? Of what the dark side wants to do to all hearts. To bring you down with them. To take you to the dark side. It is not a joke. And they will try to degenerate you and make you do things that bring down your energy and your integrity and really like everything about you. They will try to pervert and invert and destroy it from the inside out because they hate that they aren't you. But you have to let them know that you forgive them. Don't let it affect you. Forgive them. They know not what they do. They've been in that darkness so long they are lost. And they need to see that light and to be found. And they will. Or they'll return back to source. And they'll try again another time. You know what I mean? But hear me when I say, I know I've kind of gone all over the place, but it really is an extremely powerful purification process, and it has to do with your Kundalini energy and the power of your solar plexus and all the shit that's going on with the Claustrum's oil, okay? And your living waters and all that. Listen, I'm not knowledge enough at that to be able to teach it. But that lady, Kelly Marie, who actually commented on my video about the Claustrum's oil, because somebody graciously, generously, and kindly let her know that I made a video about her and her work. And I cannot tell you how grateful I am, how happy that made me. I knew miracles were going to happen today, and I was right. So, look, I really don't want to be ever in the energy of wishing people ill will. Because seriously, hating on people only poisons you. Hating somebody is exactly like drinking poison and expecting the other person to drop down dead. I kid you not. It is. And trust me, I've been there. And I don't want to be there again. You know? You can't just talk about it. You have to be about it. This life. This way. And I just really hope that my words reach you if you're struggling with this, okay? If anybody in any kind of situation, they could be using anyone to torment you. Someone you love, someone you don't. You have to learn how to recognize that. They will torment you in your dreams. They will torment you in your mind, in your daily life. And that's what that is. And unfortunately, it is a battle, but you can fight it by saying the opposite of what they're trying to tell you. Even if it is the most pleasurable thing you've ever heard. Reject it and be like, nope, that's not true. She's not like that, and she wouldn't want that with me. Not because I'm not good enough and I'm not worthy and that the divine creator does not love me. It's because we are not meant to be. But there is somebody out there for me, but it's not Lacey. It's not last minute Lacey. Okay? That's what you need to do. And I know it's really fucking hard. Because I have a crush on a man that doesn't even know I exist, okay? I kind of have a feeling that he does, Claudio. But that could just be like my crazy delusional hopes and dreams, you know what I'm saying? And I'll totally admit that. So don't worry about it. You're not alone. You know? We all yearn for that person who is our perfect match, you know? That one that burns the deepest and brightest, you know? That they feel like that for us and we feel like that for them. You know what I'm saying? Your one true love. I get it. But the twin flame thing is extremely dangerous because a lot of these soul eater mother effers will use it against you and to their own advantage. Okay? And they do this because they want your life force so they can extend their time here. And the way that you defeat them, I know it sounds funny, but I have literally said the power of Christ compels you. And it works. And the reason why it works is because it comes from a certain place within you. Your belief in that. Like I said, there was a person like Jesus. Just because his name wasn't Jesus, it could have been a lady. But the Christ does exist, and it is the most powerful force in the universe. And that's why it works when you call on Jesus. Because you are sending out the right frequency within your heart, mind, and soul. It doesn't matter if you get his name wrong. That's okay. It's all right. They know who you meant. You got the address right. They figured it out. You know what I'm saying? So that's that cosmic power within you. And that's the most powerful force there is in this universe, okay? And any other. So I hope that I explained that thoroughly and efficiently enough this time. Because this is one of the same that, like, I just really don't feel good right now. And I don't feel like being on camera. I look like hell. And I'm on my period. So I don't want to. But I knew that I had to say something. Because I could feel it within my heart and soul. Alright? So, I don't know. I guess this is the way that I show that I care for other people. You know what I'm saying? But I think that the number one mistake that I made with this is that I thought that I needed that guy. And I didn't. I really don't want to go into all of that at this time particularly, but we can. Okay? It's not that I'm unwilling, because it's just taken me a really long time to get to a place inside of me where I could even speak about it without freaking out. Okay? It was the one thing ever in my life that had me try to take myself out. Okay? And that was in August of 2011. So this is a really serious thing. And it sometimes can go either way. And I'm just really glad and grateful, like immensely grateful, that I made it this far. And that I made it through that, you know? Because I finally realized that it had nothing to do with that other person. It had everything to do with me. That when they say, give yourself the love you wish to give that other person, yes. Give yourself the forgiveness that you wish you would give that other person, yes. You know what I'm saying. It really is about loving all of you and accepting you for who you are, and the person and the soul and the mind, for all your flaws, all the mistakes you've ever made, you know, because you can wake up every day and decide to be different. You can change. You don't want to be the person that you were yesterday. And that just means that hey, like, if you're used to telling lies, next time tell the fucking truth. You know what I mean? Right those wrongs. Triumph over evil by doing the opposite of what you used to do. Because sometimes, most times, the right thing is not the easy thing or the least difficult. It's usually the most difficult, okay? And it's going to be the hardest thing sometimes that you ever do. But the reward is great. You know? The greatest wealth you can ever have in this life is the true richness of your soul. That is the greatest currency there is, and it will speak for you always. Okay? So, I'm sorry if you're going through this somehow, if you are struggling. There's only so much I can do. Okay? And You can always try and reach out in the comments. I will do my best to communicate with you, okay? But it is true that you have to save yourself, you know? That I hope that I can be an inspiration to give you the power inside of you to do that for yourself. Because even though I know that I talk about superheroes and stuff, like, this is what I am for myself. And I never meant to give people the impression that I had a hero complex. That's what it is. You have to be the hero of your own life and save yourself. Once you understand the Christ, you understand this. So I truly wish you peace, and I wish you success in your battle. And I hope that you have the courage to face it. Even if you are alone, you are never alone, because the divine creator is with you and the Christ is always within you, okay? So, the person who has no idea what I'm talking about, this probably sounds like all kinds of crazy. And I pray that you develop the eyes to see and the ears to hear one day to be able to understand what the hell I'm talking about, okay? All right. Thank you very much, everybody. I really hope this is good. I have a feeling that it was, so I'm going to let you go now. So take care, be well, peace and blessings and all that, all right? I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye!